Hello and welcome to Nyam Nyam. Let's make this Footwear Pop It Cake. Super colourful and vibrant. Start with some melted white chocolate and red food colour. Then repeat the same with purple, orange, yellow, green and blue. Pop those into piping bags and pipe onto each row of a heart poppet, starting with the blue, then the purple, red, orange, green and yellow. You can do them in any order. Just give it a tap to fill any spaces and then refrigerate for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, get a chocolate cake and a paper cutout of a shoe. Place it on top and cut around. Remove the excess cake. Now let's add some white buttercream and stick on a second layer of cake. Then finally coat the entire thing in white buttercream. Then just smooth it out. Brilliant. Refrigerate that for 10 minutes and your set chocolate is ready. Tip it upside down on some card and carefully peel away the heart poppet. Then just place your colourful chocolate pieces on top of the cake. Perfect. Around the edges too, matching up the colours. And lastly, get some black fondant for the Y-shaped strap of your flip-flop. And there you have it. Fantastically colourful Footwear Pop It Cake. A chocolate delight to behold. Enjoy! Not sure what to get your loved ones for their birthday? Why not try making them a cake present? That's right! All you need is some basic vanilla cake, or chocolate if you'd prefer, and we've cut it into a square shape and we are putting a nice generous dollop of raspberry jam on and spreading it out. You can use any jam you like, whatever flavours you like, or even buttercream. Layer that, and then we're going to cover the entire cake with buttercream icing. Again, to your liking, it can be chocolate, even raspberry buttercream icing if you want to go all out. Spreading it all along the sides. Once that's all on, we just want to smooth it over, ready to decorate. Brilliant! We are adding a fondant ribbon, creating a crisscross pattern along the top and down the sides, carefully sticking that on to the buttercream icing and cutting off the excess. You can also use candy laces for this, or even a real ribbon. There we go. Right, now in each quarter we are going to line up some raspberries to match our raspberry jam. But you can use any fruit of your choice, or even candies or chocolates. All along the sides as well, just covering the entire outside in these delicious raspberries. Ooh, how summery. Very berry. And for a final finishing touch, a bow in the middle. Amazing! That is a gift to be savoured. Savour the flavour. Yum! Treat yourself to a tasty Thai dessert by using only muang beans, food colouring, a little bit of agar powder and sugar, and Bob's your uncle. There you have it. All you need is 350 steamed peeled muang beans. Pour those into a blender, carefully so we don't spill any. Add 50 grams of sugar to that and 250 millilitres of coconut milk. Now let that whiz away at as high a speed as possible. Don't forget to put the lid on. Making sure that all the muang beans have blended nicely into the mixture and there are no lumps left. You can just pulse it a bit at the end if you need to. Now we remove that and pour that into a non-stick frying pan. Nope, it's not going to make a pancake. You'll be surprised that when this cooks on a low heat, stirring it all the while, you're going to get a kind of dough. That's right. When you've got your dough texture, you can start to roll it in the palm of your hands and make the desired shapes. We're going to be making a strawberry first. So using your finger to just delicately mould it into a strawberry shape. So we're going to do slightly wider on the bottom and slightly thinner on the top. Almost to a point, but not quite. A little delicate attention and care needed for this part. There. We're going to use a chopstick to just create some indents in the larger surface area side, using the thicker part on top and then the thin part of the stick around the edges. So this is all to make it look as realistic as possible. We're going to just put a stick through the middle there, but not all the way through. Perfect our shape, and there we have it. Next, we're going to make a carrot. So we're going to roll it into an oblong shape. Slightly fatter on one end and thinner on the other. Using your fingers to pat it down and squeeze it wherever you need to make the desired shape. And a cocktail stick to make a few little indents, so it looks more authentic. Again, put your stick in there. Now there's a reason we're putting these on sticks, you'll find out why in a minute. Next we're going to make a mango. So this is kind of an oblong shape, almost oval. We're going to make it a bit similar to the strawberry. So we just put our stick in that as well. A little bit curled over at the end, if you see the slight difference there. Now we're going to dip those into our food colourings. Pink food colouring is going on our strawberry. Then dip it into water to remove any excess food colouring. Now you know why we put them on sticks. The carrot goes into orange food colouring. So we've just made up these little glasses of food colouring for dipping just by mixing a few drops of the colouring with water. Next we're going to dip our mango into the green food colouring and then yellow without rinsing it in between, giving it a kind of faded effect. And then we're going to use a paintbrush to paint on a little extra green colour. Again, rinsing it in water, so we create a kind of fresh tie-dye effect, like it's just been picked from the tree. Brilliant. Now we're going to add 25 grams of agar powder and 20 grams of sugar to a pot on the stove. Mix that up. Add 500 millilitres of water. That's approximately 2 jugs. And then stir away and heat away until it starts to dissolve. And you'll know that when you can see a clear mixture and it's bubbling away there, you can turn the heat off. Now remove that and pour your agar water mixture into a bowl. Ready to dip your pretend fruits and vegetables. This is going to give it a kind of jelly coating, which looks like a beautiful shiny wax glaze. It's a really great finishing touch. Makes the food look really appetizing to eat. And it tastes great, of course, gives it a bit of sweetness with your sugar. There. Now, presentation is important. So, for finishing touches, let's add some leaves. Just create a little hole in the top of your strawberry and add some pretend leaves. You can even use real ones if you like, or how about trying to make some leaves with fondant icing? Use your imagination. Beautiful. Almost too good to eat. There you have it. Strawberries, carrots and mangoes. Delicious! Let's make taco cake. Fancy a bit of Mexican? Brilliant! Start with a basic vanilla cake and pipe on white buttercream. Then close it up and refrigerate for 15 minutes. Place it on a turntable and cut in half. We're using 1/2 of the cake turned on its side. Coat in yellow buttercream. Then smooth it out. Stick on some chocolate cake crumble. We're putting that on either end. This looks like the mincemeat in the taco. Join it up with green buttercream, that's the guacamole, and yellow buttercream on either end to just finish it off. Then carefully place fondant decorations. We're using red fondant for the tomatoes, some yellow fondant for the cheese, and it's ready. That was easy, wasn't it? Taco cake. Just slice and enjoy. Let's have a party and a drink. A fresh coconut milk. Or is it? Nope, it's a coconut drink cake. Let's start with some chocolate cake. We are going to layer it with chocolate buttercream icing. Let's coat the outside too. You see we've kind of curved off the edges there. Gives it a kind of mug shape effect. Some white buttercream on the top. That's for the coconut look. Add some dehydrated coconut around the edge. You can even use coconut flakes. This makes it look really authentic though. Stick in your fondant decoration, a pineapple and a cherry, or even real ones if you like. An umbrella, and let's not forget the drinking straw. And why not a fondant hibiscus flower or two? And there you have it. You're really going to feel like you're at a beach party with this one. And what could be better than chocolate cake? Delicious! In this fantastic decoration hack video, Nyam Nyam will show you how to make cute mini cone cupcake designs. First of all, you get your cupcake. We're using a vanilla one, but really it's up to you which one you use. And a dollop of pink buttercream icing. Looks like a scoop of ice cream. We're adding green chocolate ganache over the top of that. Or you can simply melt some white chocolate and add green food colouring. The more you add, the darker the green. We're adding some sprinkles. Ones that look like pearls and ones that look like stars around the edge of our cupcake. A little dollop of plain buttercream icing on the top so we can stick on a cherry. That good old maraschino cherry. Now we've got a mini cone filled with chocolate and we're putting a little squirt of crumpled buttercream icing on the top. It looks like ice cream. And a little heart. Stick that on the side and Bob's your uncle. And there you have it, a gorgeous, cute mini cone cupcake. Very bright and vibrant too. And I do love that mini cone with the chocolate inside, easily found on the bottom of a cornetto ice cream. Ooh, my favourite. Let's make this super classy Dior Bag Cake. It's easier than it looks. Start with a basic vanilla cake and pipe on white buttercream. Add another layer of vanilla cake. Turn it on its side and refrigerate for 15 minutes. Then place the cake on a turntable and coat the entire thing in white buttercream. Now smooth it out using a spatula. And refrigerate for a further 15 minutes. Meanwhile, roll out some light pink fondant. We're going to wrap this around the cake. Pressing it down on the sides. Cutting off any excess. And folding at the ends. Now stick on your fondant decoration. It's the Dior logo. Then pop a ribbon on the top as a handle, held down by cocktail sticks. A fondant tag, and some carnation flowers. These really add something special to the cake, so let's cover the top with them. Just look at that. Amazing! And it's ready. A brilliant Dior bag cake. Actually very easy to make. Time to dig in. Delicious. To bake our flamingo cake, all you need is 430 grams of cake mix and 3 eggs, 70 millilitres of oil, 300 millilitres of milk in a mixing bowl. Whisk that together. Yummy. Now we have our cake mix ready. We're going to stick it in our bundt cake tin mould, sprayed lightly with oil to stop it from sticking. Now that goes in the oven to bake for 30 minutes at 170 degrees. And once it's ready and slightly cooled, we add pink buttercream icing, covering the top and the sides, smoothing it over. Right, now we can add our rainbow sprinkles. Beautiful. It looks just like a giant donut. Right, we get our pink fondant icing ready to roll out and manipulate into our flamingo shape, making a thick sausage shape with a bendy bit there at the top. That's going to be our neck and head of the flamingo. Next, we're rolling a ball and moulding it with our hands into a kind of teardrop shape. Do this a few times. These are going to, in fact, be the wings and the tail. Next, we're going to get a wooden stick, perhaps a cocktail stick or something slightly longer, and stick that in each end of our flamingo neck. We're going to do the same with the tail and the wings. This is so that we can attach it to our cake. Now we're just adding on a white and black fondant beak there, plus a dab of water to stick on the eye. And there you have it, a flamingo head. Right, now those are going to be placed perfectly on our bundt cake. The bundt cake's going to be the body of the flamingo, and we're going to stick on our wings and our tail, and of course our head. And there you have it, a beautiful, colourful rainbow flamingo cake. Almost too good to eat. Almost. Who fancies an edible pot of flowers? Well, I certainly do. All you need is a basic chocolate cake to slice the top off, making it flat, and we're going to slice that in half. Now in between these layers, we're going to add some buttercream. Nice generous helping of that gets spread out evenly. Next layer goes on, and we've got another cake which we've also sliced, so we're going to add a third layer on top of this buttercream icing, it nice and deep for our flower pot. And there you have it. Just smooth the outside there. Now we're going to cut it to shape for our pot. There you go, it's as easy as that. Now we're going to smooth buttercream icing around the entire outside of our cake. Time to flour a chopping board and roll out our fondant icing. So we're going to roll that out into a nice big flat piece to cut out our 3 shapes. These are going to go around the outside of our cake, using a little bit of water to stick them together. Super easy, this one. Just got to make sure you measure everything to size. Turn that upside down, and voila. Some more buttercream icing on there. It's time to make the soil. Stick some Oreo cookies in a blender, and those are going to stick on top of our buttercream. It's time to stick in our flowers. We're using roses here, pretend ones, you could choose real ones, or even edible icing flowers. Use your imagination. A great gift for Valentine's Day. Yummy. This cake has it all, M&M's, Kit Kat and melted chocolate. So all you need is a chocolate cake to slice the top off and slice it in half horizontally. Now we're going to add some chocolate ganache. You can pre-make this yourself, or you can buy it pre-made from the store. Smooth that over nicely, add our next layer, cover that in chocolate ganache too. You can be as generous as you like with this. We're going to put it all the way around the edge of our cake. Now time to stick on our Kit Kat pieces all the way around the outside of our cake, creating a bit of depth there, because we need to make our waterfall. So with a little bit of ganache, we're going to use it to stick M&Ms onto a cocktail stick or any wooden stick. We're going to do it all the way along the whole stick and put that in the top of our cake. And now time for some more M&Ms and some more M&Ms and more M&Ms. And how about a few more M&Ms? Right, there you have it, an M&M waterfall. I really do hope you like M&Ms. Delicious. Want to try some creative baking this Halloween? Ooh, spooky! It's a brain faulty line cake. That's right. All you need is some fondant icing. Get creative. Roll them into long thin sausage shapes and then put them aside. Meanwhile, get your cake. We're using chocolate, but use whatever you like. Layer it with buttercream icing, as we love to do. We are using black buttercream icing because it's going to make the brains stand out even more. Use a piping bag for ease to just cover the entire cake and then smooth it over. Ready to add on your curled up fondant icing sausages. So they look kind of like pieces of brain. Paint on some red coloured gelatin. And then add some more black buttercream icing around the edges. Now you're going to drizzle on some red chocolate ganache. And stick in your knife. A bit more chocolate ganache around the edges of the knife. And there you go, an oozy, bloody, brain-filled chocolate cake. So, fancy a bit of brain?